This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel, double check your notification on, and if you hit that like button or make a comment, make sure it's working properly, because they are working overtime to suppress the channel, to suppress the videos, because they don't want more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. And you guys ask why? Because the more people that become aware, the more pressure it puts on the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI to do their job. I mean, that's really the bottom line. Let me tell you guys something. Everybody knows by now that Archegos caused a lot of the 1%ers to lose billions of dollars with the credit swaps that are now being held by UBS, and that's another financial crisis waiting to happen, and a lot of banks lost a lot of money, and that's why they arrested him. And he went to trial, and he was convicted. And after he was convicted, the judge sentenced him to 18 years in jail, okay? And this was in November of 2024. He was sentenced to 18 years in jail. He filed an appeal, and as of the time of this recording, he has not served 1 day of that sentence. Not 1 day of that sentence. And I know people are saying, well, maybe he's working with the DA, with the prosecutor, with the DOJ, and he's giving them information on people who were involved in the fraud and corruption. That could be a possibility. That could be a possibility. But that's not what I think. I think that he is out on bail, that he's allowed to maintain his freedom while this appeal goes on. And the appeal could last 4 years. The appeal could last 4 years. The lawyers can drag it out for years. And all this time, Mr. Hwang is at home on his yachts, living life like a billionaire, while retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules lost lots of money because of his actions and the actions of the other bad actors. But if you guys realize, the other bad actors have not been brought to justice. Do you think Hwang and the people in Archegos could have done this to this level on their own? Of course not. There are other bad actors in different companies who conspired with him to rob and steal with these swaps. But somehow, none of them are being held accountable. None of them have been indicted or arrested. And I believe that Hwang is getting the kid glove treatment because he is not naming the people who conspired with him. He is not naming the bad actors who should also be indicted with him. Okay? Do you guys think anybody else beside 1%ers could have went to trial, blew trial, got sentenced to 18 years in jail, and never did 1 day of that sentence yet because they are appealing? That doesn't happen in the real world, with everyday Americans, with everyday litigants. Anybody else who wasn't a billionaire and was, I believe, in my opinion, protecting other billionaires, other 1%ers, would be allowed to stay out of jail while the appeal was going on. People usually have to appeal from a jail cell. But somehow, Mr. Hwang from Archegos is doing his appeal from his yacht, drinking Moet, top shelf caviar, and just enjoying life. And you guys, with the amount of money he has, if the appeal isn't looking good, do you think he has enough money to just disappear from the face of the earth? And the fact that the prosecutors allowed this to happen tells me that a lot of these bad actors, they own the DOJ, they own the FBI, they own the SEC. Nobody else would have been allowed to be in the streets after being convicted and sentenced to 18 years, appeal or no appeal. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think an everyday American could have been convicted and sentenced to 18 years and still haven't served 1 day of that sentence? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.